for their viewing pleasure. Likutei Halachos, today we start in Krias Shma Halacha Gimel. The union of saying Krias Shma by heart, with your mouth, and it's not enough that twice a day. It's not enough that you believe it in your heart. Even though you believe completely, still you're not the execution until you actually utter it with your lips. As Chazal said, Shma leoznecha ma she'ata motzi beficha. And this is according to what Rabbeinu says in the Maimer Vayim Miketz Merachim Yenagem. This is the seventh Torah of Likutei Maran Chelek Beis, one of the epic Torahs of Likutei Maran. We will try to understand the mahalach of this particular Torah so that we'll be able to know what the halacha is predicated on. The Kitzur Likutei Maran says like this: Kemerachim Yenagem. He says, anybody who is a Rachman Amiti, he can be a Manik Israel, because the main Rachmanas in Am Israel is when the Yidden are falling Chas v'Sholem in Averis. This is the biggest Rachmanas. All the Isurim in the world, Hashem Yirachem, are nothing compared to the heavy load all Averis Chas v'Sholem, because Am Israel is the Am Kodesh, it's a Hanig nation. And in compared, in commensurate for the Godel Kedushosam, they are so holy, they are so sanctified from Shirish, from what they are, not from who they are, but from what they are, from the root. And they are so spiritual, they're so fine, they cannot withstand at all, no way, shape, or form, the heavy load of even for a day. That's why Beis HaMikdash had Tamid Shloshah, Tamid Sheben Arba'im, they could not carry for one day. And a true manik, a manik emes, is a true rachamon that has tremendous rachmanos in Am Yisrael, and his goal is to get Am Yisrael out of Averis. That's his rachmanos. And true. Where do Averis come? Where's the source of Averis? It's only because a person doesn't have a das that you have Elokim Shalit Ba'aretz, that the Kodesh Baruch Hu rules the land. He says, the Gemara says that a person doesn't, a person is not, doing Avera unless, a spirit of folly, of silliness gets into his head. That's why the true Rachmanas of the real Manik is to insert das in your Shemayim, so the people will get out from Averis. And what he does, he is looking to populate the world with real people. What are real people? Real people are people that have das. It's a real people. Otherwise, it's just animals in human form. That's all they are. Because the main person is somebody who has a das, and the das is not. It's just an animal human form, as I said. And even when the time of a person to leave the world comes, and the neshama goes to wherever it is that it goes, the tachlis, it's not a tachlis, the neshama is just to be out. The main thing is that the neshama, even when it's up, it should still be down. He has to leave after him a son or a talmid, so that his das will remain down here even after a person is mistalid. And by the fact that the holy das that he had remains after him in his children and his Amidim, is going B'ezrat Hashem save Am Yisrael from avoidance l'doira for generations upon generations. Because anybody who knows a little bit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a little bit of the idea, he knows that even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu has billions of malachim, billions, in every universe, in the Asiya, the Yetzirah, and the Bria, billions, still, and they did HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with total burn. Still, even though the main Tanugim, the main Shashurim, the main pleasure of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is only that us, from this low world, we are Mekadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why that person has a shtickle idea, and the Kodesh Baruch Hu is, to understand that the main thing is to leave his das in this world, in order to save Israel from Averis L'Olam V'Od. And with this, it is considered as if he himself is still in this world. Now, the third thing, he says that every person has to be Mikayim this. He has to have real Rachmanas on Israel to get them out of Averis, and to let them know that there's a Kodesh Baruch Hu in the world, and he rules the world. There's no tachlis in the world except to do what the Kodesh Baruch Hu wants. Because nothing is left from a person. After a person left, except the das that you have shown, that you have shown in your friends. So when a person speaks with the friend Yerushalayim, and he shines his das into him, that he got from his Rav, from any kind of dibur that you speak to him, to make him come back from Averis, so his chaver is already considered a Talmud by him, immediately. And faket, when your chaver shines into you, you're considered his Talmud. And then when the time is mistalek, then you will be mislabish. A person will be mislabish in this dibur that he showed into his chaver. And with this, it is considered as if mamash exists in the world. That's the main shleimus of the neshama. And every person has to be mishtadel with this. Kodesh Baruch Hu didn't create this world to be chaos. Kodesh Baruch Hu didn't create this world to be Madison Square Garden. Kodesh Baruch Hu created the world to be miyushav and me'odom. There should be people here. That's why for the main existence of the mina enoshi is to put das in your Shema and me'odom. Otherwise, you're not a person at all. And he says, when a person wants to speak to his friend about Yerushalayim, he has to have Rachmanas on himself also to get out of Averis, and he should have Yerushalayim, since his own words would be heard. And also, if you want your words to be miskayim by your chava, and he won't forget it, you have to have Yerushalayim itself, because it says anybody who has Yerushalayim, his words are heard. If a person doesn't have Yerushalayim, his words are not heard by others. And that's why, in other words, when you are Isaac to speak with your chaver in Yerushalayim, with this you are zoiche to attain the oiris makifin, the circumferential lights. In other words, the seichel that you did not understand yet. But when you are letting out the seichel that you have, you're bringing in makifin, which is the seichel you still didn't have before. So each time, according to Yom Dregi, you're zeicher to achieve higher and higher and higher. We want to explain what a makifin, what is this circumferencing light. That these are this is the seichel that is the shosh of the seichel that you already have. When you let's say that you are an electrician, okay, you have a certain idea in electricity, but there is a seichel. There's more to know about being an electrician or electrical engineering, which is a higher chokhmah, which is a direct continuation of that which the electrician knows. Okay, but he happens to know just the end of it, but there's more to know. So all that knowledge that is part and parcel with what he already knows, but he doesn't know because it's higher than him, is considered makif. It's makif to him. So the Rebbe says, Kal v'chomer, the same thing in Ruchnius, that which you know is the lowest madrega of a idea, which is much deeper, which is much higher. So when you say your idea into somebody else, your zoiche and your own makifin are coming in. You have new makifin, and then you're aware of them. And then you get new makifin. They're still higher and higher, gavoya mal gavoya. It says, Ve'lamara min hakol, this is the makifin of the Chochamado. He has the highest makifin. This is Chochamado. Chochamado, he inserts his das into his talmidim, and he is oisek to speak with them in Yerushalayim. And with this, he's masik his own makifin, which are b'chinas oilam habo. The makifin of the tzadik gadol is b'chinas oilam habo. Look at oilam habo is beyond time. When you say oilam habo, what does it mean, oilam habo? In English they say the next world, but that's not what oilam habo means. Oilam habo, literally translated, is a world that comes. A world that comes. The world that comes. It comes all the time. It's in Achinam, it's going to happen after time ends. In this way, it means that time. It's a world that comes all the time. It's a world that is beyond time. זה עולם הבא למעלה מהזמן. וכל הזמן של כל העולם הזה כולו, this is all the time of this world. The entire time, what is and whatever it is going to be, from the very, very beginning of time until the end of time, is nothing in compared to a day or even a minute of Olam Haba, which is all one long day. All one big dance. Over there's no Zman at all. The only Keviochel Seder Azmanim, the only calendar that exists in Olam Haba, this in Olam Haba is a sogas of Makifin. That's the thing that determines. This is how quote time is kept in Olam Haba. It's a Makif, Me'al Makif, Me'al Makif, Me'al Makif. There are Makifin which are called days. There are Makifin which are called years. And attaining these Makifin is the Ikar Tanum and pleasure of Olam Haba. And this is what is called Marav Tivcha Shetzafanta Leirecha. This is how plentiful is the goodness that you have stored for those who fear you. Ashrei Mishlochel Asino. Happy and meritorious is the one who is Zoicher to Masni. So we will, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll continue a little bit more. So now the Chacham and the Tzaddik who is Zoicher to these Makifim, he has to be able to learn, he has to have the capacity to learn it, the Dor Mala, the Dor Mata. Both people that are Ge'oinim and Tzaddikim and are able to do, in other words, he has to be able to show those who are Ge'oinim and Tzaddikim that didn't even start Sarah Kodesh Baruch Hu. And he has to show the lower ones, like us, that the Kodesh Baruch Hu is with us. The way we are, Kodesh Baruch Hu is with us, he loves us and he wants us. And have to be mechazakas and to be ma'ametz, shechas v'shalom, we should not despair, cholila. And the tzaddik ha'emes, and Rebbe Emes says like this, the tzaddik ha'emes is not called a tzaddik unless he has this koyach. To show the great ones that haven't even started yet, and that the low ones that Kodesh Baruch Hu is with them, and to combine them together. And he has to be Mekayim everybody, he has to sustain everybody with this koyach. So Shadev here, he says also, this Chacham Ador has to know how to speak with each and every person. To make specific Gdorim and limitations to what he says, and be quiet, and not to say things in a place that one needs to be quiet. So he should not put his listeners to send them on a wild goose chase of kashas and teritzim that sometimes you can tell somebody a seichel that can send him on a wild goose chase. He started getting with all kinds of kashas, it completely confuses him. So you have to be careful. And he says, and through the hints and the remozim, the true Rav hints to his Talmudim with his hands. Dafka with his hands. When the Rav learns the Talmidim, he puts into them das and Yil Shema. Because there are things you cannot explain explicitly. So he makes a border to his words. He doesn't say it. But what he does, he alludes to these things. He hints to those things with the remozim he does with his hand. When he this, like that, whatever it is. And he says, listen, and these remozim kampanosa. It's called the Adam Yam HaChochma, and this is the thing that brings the panosa. And to speak about these remozim, the panosa, B'ezrat Hashem, will continue tomorrow because otherwise it'll be a little bit overload. But this is a huge Torah, with unbelievably deep, well,